Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back, and we're gonna do some reviews. Uh, some of the people I needed to do edit me right now so I can do them. We're here with misterchief. His question was, I wanted to ask you if you could help me with my arena defense. I tried a lot, but my success rate is always very low. So I thought I maybe do something wrong. I have to get better runes anyways. So I'm not sure what your defense is right now. I probably told you what you should run in one of the first move videos, I guess. But that doesn't mean I remember. I do so many reviews, I don't really have a clue. What I tell people every now and then, every specific guy. So let me see what I think you run. You probably run something like Dam Lachmaron, Bryant, Darian Amon. I think you run something like that. If you didn't run something like that, then maybe you should try that out, because that is actually not a bad team. Plus the runes on these guys are pretty decent. Well, this one is a bit bad, especially this rune. You should be able to find a 5-star or 6-star. I'm not saying that I'm not guessing that you do anything wrong. Maybe this unit is not as amazing for, well, he is actually pretty good for defense, and giving more health to your grind is pretty good. So I'm not sure if you do anything wrong. See, you have your Hawa rune for PvP, so she might be interesting, but not for defense really. I know, if I would run Lachmaru, Bryant, Darian and Aemon on defense, I think that team should be decent. I'm not saying you're gonna get a lot of wins, but I hope that a lot less people attack you. I think you need to work on this guy and his runes the most. Maybe make a mixture out of him. Instead of going double attack on him, make this an HP rune. Now you may seem a bit strange, but the fact what you will do then is make him a lot more tanky, and giving more himself also a big buff. He might not be killed that fast, and that's pretty good. Also, I saw Darian is a little bit low, 20k HP, but that's because of the runes you use. Maybe what you could try is try to find 6-star runes with HP percent in any sort, and then replace the focus set for just the best runes you have, and try to pick like one of these, like for example make this rune a focus rune or whatever rune that's 6-star HP. And this, you might not have that, but that's easy. Then you just rune them with violent and try to get substats with accuracy percent. I mean, I think you don't really do anything wrong. I think it's just a matter of runes, basically. I mean, if you look at my setup, it looks pretty similar to yours when it comes to what exactly they do. So I guess if you get the good runes, actually this is a decent team. I would suggest replacing Aemon for Belladon, because this is just a better unit for defense, because he can dispel, break, and he has a big heal which also increases attack gauge. So that's something I would suggest. Further, I don't really know, man. I don't really think there's too much you can do right now besides making your runes better. Try to find those good runes. Defense is really tough to actually make useful and good and all that. I mean, I start to win some more defenses when I created my team, so that was cool. But I continue to improve the runes. I continue to search for the runes, and when I get a good rune, I plus 15 it like really fast. So I would suggest you do the same. Actually, the 5-star runes are now, you could plus 15 them as well, because the stats difference between a 5 and 6 star has been a lot less than because of the update than before. Besides that, I think your runes are fine. You could try out this on HP percent maybe. That's just something I could see, and this needs to be a better rune, definitely. Try to find just a higher speed rune. It doesn't have to be in the fatal set. You could always drop the blade set and make sure you just get the good runes. He doesn't need to crit. It's nice, but it's not needed. So yeah, that's what I would suggest. You could also keep him on double attack. That's super fine, because that's probably where he's gonna do a lot of damage, but this rune just needs to become a lot better. And if you have to break the blade set to get a good rune there on speed, then just do it. Yeah, I'm very sorry, I can't really help you that much. I would just put in Lachmoran, Brian, Darian and Aemon, and later on switch Aemon out for Belladon. That's what I would do. Hope this helped you, man. Please let me know if you had anything you could get anything useful out of it. So I'll be right back with the next review. Okay, I'm back with Deadly Bureto. I guess that burrito is from Stone, because he left him outside of the freezer, and now it's just a stone hard burrito. You could hit people and they die. His question was, could you please, well, he didn't even say please. Now, could you help me see my light Inugami, Vagabond, Orochi and Lucian? That's all I would say. Yeah, sure. Okay guys, just one quick thing. I just said could you please, right? It doesn't say could you please, because I often try to read something and I read some words that make sense that are often said there, but are not always there, and then I just make things up. Not, I always make sure that I read the question correctly, but sometimes, like just now, I said please. There was no please in the whole sentence, so why the fuck would I say that? Well, because I just am a dyslexic guy, so sometimes I just make up words. If anyone knows what that is, then or has it himself, you'll probably know what I mean. Light Inugami. Light Inugami, there are you? Where are you? Nice, you got some good accuracy. High crit, don't know why that is. Speed. Okay, nice rune. I like it. Can definitely make this a plus 12, if not 15. Ooh, that's a lot of crit and crit damage. I like the accuracy on the rune. I don't like the crit rate and crit damage, but I guess that's too bad that's on there, because it's not. Actually, it's a great rune for Aemon. Do you have an Aemon? What does he have? Oh, you have him full energy, okay. Huh? Was the HP percent on there as well? Whoa, okay. It's a good rune. Yeah, there has to be a HP rune on this slot. That's correct. Obviously, I would like to see a higher percentage base rune, but you can definitely make this plus 9. This rune is not that great. Try to find a new one and try to get this stat, the HP percent, on here, and maybe with some accuracy percent as well. You could farm these runes, so that should not be too hard, like if you go to the Famous Volcano. But overall you do have the HP percent, but the attack is not, it's kind of wasted on this unit. On Darian it's better. This rune, yeah, I would definitely make it HP rune as well. So, ooh, this is a nice rune. I think your runes on Belladon are fine. Just try to find a better rune for this with better substats. And this rune, obviously try to find something with good substats as well. Right now I see 1 crit damage. If you could get accuracy or resistance or speed on this rune, that would be great. Now the Vagabond, Darien. Ooh, why the heck would there be crit damage on Darien? This rune is pretty okay. Not too many substats that are great. Just a lot of the speed is nice. The crit and attack is okay, but not really useful. This rune is good. Resistance, speed, accuracy, everything you want. Nice rune. You can definitely plus 15 this one because it's a 5-star is actually not that bad anymore as before. You could also keep it at plus 12. This rune really nice. Crit damage, crit rate, but what the heck is this? You have a lot of crit. Wow. You have a lot of crit damage. Yeah, it's because of this rune, I guess. It's not useful, to be honest. It sucks that it's 23 crit damage on this rune, because you don't really use it. It's a nice rune overall, to be honest. Because you have defense, HP, and crit damage. Like if a unit would actually... It's not terrible to have it, but it's not great for Darien. Actually, this rune should do well on Amon. I'm not sure if you can lose 11% crit on Amon. I don't know how much exact crit is, but I would actually put this rune on Darien and then this rune on Amon. The reason for that is because you have 100% crit on him, so he actually has use of the crit damage. It would just make him do more damage. So that's what I would switch out. The crit damage definitely has to go. Just has to become a HP percent rune. This rune is pretty okay. Nice HP bonus here and some accuracy, so it's not too bad. This rune is really nice. Make sure to upgrade this to plus 15. And yeah, this rune I'm not. You would like to see HP percent, but I guess it's fine. It's not bad, you know. It's not like it's bad, but I would take this rune off Amon, put it on Darien, and put Darien's rune on Amon. You will have 6% less crit, but to be honest, I think you should be able to overcome that 6%. You have 6-star rune plus 15, so you should definitely be able to overcome that. Yeah. So that's what I would do. Because this rune is actually pretty good for Darien. You get HP, speed and defense, all useful. You got defense and HP here. Huh? Am I blind? But I'm seeing double HP. That's really weird. Wait, does this rune has 10% HP now? Guys, I don't understand what's happening. Is that what every rune? Or is this... Oh, okay, that was weird. Now go to there. Look, can you see that? What the heck? Okay, the last that is not switching, that's weird. But yeah, I will still switch it out. Okay, then we have the Orochi. Orochi rune. We got Rage Guard. I guess the guard is there for the runes being decent. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the following. You have 2 attack percent runes here, and they're not that useful for Orochi, to be honest. Even in PvP, I don't like it too much. After all, he's an HP unit, and his damage comes from the continuous damage dots, and this is also a really good attack if it reduces the attack bar. So what I would suggest, especially if you want to use him for PvE as well, I would make this a speed rune, and I would make this an accuracy percent rune, or make this an HP percentage rune instead of speed. That's also a possibility. And make this an accuracy percent rune or HP percent rune. You want to make sure that he is like pretty strong at his health and has a high speed, while having high crit and crit damage. That's pretty okay. Crit damage is not bad for him or anything, but I prefer. Okay, basically what you've done is make him a PvP unit. I don't know if you use him for PvP a lot. I think you do, because he could be your leader. But I like him in PvE a lot more. If you want to use him for PvP, this build is fine. If you want to use him for PvE, I would definitely switch him around, make this crit. Well, this crit rate rune is actually not bad for him, but make this HP an HP or accuracy percent rune, and make this an HP or speed rune. It depends a little bit on, like, if you could make him really fast and still have a decent health pool, that's better. But if you can make him not that fast, then just make this a HP rune, and this one as well. Accuracy, it's not necessary, because actually if he crits he gets it, but a bit of accuracy is always nice, so I would suggest making this an HP rune. I think your accuracy is fine. Now Lucian. Rage Blade seems fine. High health actually, you have pretty high health. Crit is a little low, but that's maybe something we can work on. No, I like it. No, I like it. Wait, 35% attack? Wow. That's insane, dude. Really nice. Yeah, try to get him a little bit more on crit. Try to find some substats in some of your attack runes probably, because these are going to be upgraded. Like this has 12% accuracy, nice but not needed, to be honest. The substats are not that great. These substats are also not the amazing substats. Try to get crit on these two runes as substat, and then you should be fine, because your crit rate is then high enough. It's already decent, but the higher the better. Yeah, that was it, man. I hope this helped you, and I'll be right back with the next review. Okay, I'm back with Mimfa17. His question was, my account is a kind of a more advanced account, but I would like to have some advice in Arena. I'm not sure if I'm running the right defense. His leader is Tyrone, and then he has Lucian, Megan and Belladon. And he was told by YDCB Gaming to level a Sieg, because he has a Tyrone and he has a Lucian. So let me just check out his units real quick, what he has. So Tyrone is his leader, together with Lucian, Megan and Belladon. First off, I would like to ask you, what is your problem in Arena? Like, do you get outsped a lot, or do you win a lot of your speed fights? Like, your team is basically on speed. I know if you don't win on speed, you lose. That's basically how this is happening. You need some more crit rate on him, by the way. Try to get some of them in the substats. Like, this rune is pretty useless for you, on Lucian that is. This one as well. Try to get these two with substats. I think you're doing that. Try to get crit on these, because otherwise you're gonna have a hard time with all the crit damage. I understand why UBC game would say you need a Seek to make sure that your Lucian has a lot more crit. That would be useful, but now I'm here to tell you that I think Seek is not the best thing to do. The reason being is that you're a speed team and you want to win on speed. Right now I see your Megan is a little bit low on speed still. 170 is not that high. That's not a terrible thing, but it's just basically really hard to do it. So what I would suggest actually is maybe instead of taking Belladion, that is basically your unit to make sure that you survive for a bit longer, right? You could do two different things in my eyes. You could do instead of Belladion, you could take maybe a Casus, because a Casus has a little bit of a better defensive buff for your units. Now you don't have a defense break and all that, so I don't recommend taking a Casus with you. What I would actually recommend right now is actually making your Bernard a lot faster. Try to get a 6-star speed rune on this. Maybe you could even take off, or you could maybe even switch off some runes from Megan on your Bernard, making Bernard really fast. And take Bernard, Megan, that's still a swift set on her, but she doesn't have to have too much speed then. She could run 150 or 170 speed around that, div around that, and then make Bernard plus 200 speed in total. Well, not plus 200, but in total 200 plus speed. And then take Tyrone, Bernard, Megan and Lucian. Then you have 2 attack gauge buffers, and it will go like this: Bernard buffs, Megan buffs, Lucian and Tyrone. I think Tyrone is faster, so I guess Tyrone goes first. Tyrone freezes everything up, and Lucian just kills all the weak units, and then you can work on the other one, and Bernard could give you the body slam that that will reduce their attack and defense. So that's what I would do. The reason why I would go for that route is because you need to win on speed. That's the important part of your setup. Because if you lose on speed, basically your setup will lose. Even if you have a Belladion, it's not going to save you as. Might have been the case, but a lot of the times it won't be the case that he can save you. You probably lose like Lucian, and then your damage really is kind of gone. So I would do that, in my personal opinion. You could also decide, if you have more than enough speed, to actually take more damage, like take Katrina. Right now she seems a bit of a too weak unit right now because of the runes. You could even take a war instead, like then Tyrone, Lucian, Megan, war. This is when you have more, like when you need more damage and not really need the heals that badly. But I think Bernard is the best option right now. But that means you need to make Bernard a lot faster, and you can make Megan a little bit slower then, because Bernard will speed her up. Still make her the second fast unit and still make her decent speed. But then you will get the first turn almost any time, because Bernard will outspeed most units because of his high speed base speed. And yeah, that's what I would do. Getting a Seek is really good because your Lucian needs more crit, but it's not really gonna help you win fights when it comes to taking the first turn. So that's why I don't recommend it. I recommend to get at least 20% speed over these 2 runes in substats. 20% crit on that, on like the both runes together, that should be giving you a decent amount. 62% is a lot more reliable than what you have now. Right now you will have a lot of the times that you don't crit, so I think this is really important for you to start winning matches. So that's my advice to you. I hope this helped you, man. I'll be back with the next review. Yo guys, really quick, as you can see I dragged my recording screen a bit bigger. I got 5 names there and you guys have asked me for a review, and some of you just didn't add my account, like BlackieBear92, that's my old account. It's a level 25 Summoner's War account, and I do reviews on him. If you don't add me, I cannot do the review. So this goes for Gamer KS, Imperator 2.1, Resist the Pain, wouterboss, and Kankaboof. You guys need to make sure to add me, because some of you, actually I know that wouterboss, I saw you in the chat today in 5001 and you told me that you were waiting for your review, but I cannot do your review because you didn't add me yet. These names should be your in-game names. If that's not your in-game name, but actually another name, I don't know, your YouTube account, make sure to give me your right in ING, because I need to make sure that I can know who you are in the game, you know. If you don't know how to get the review, if you actually go to my channel and type in how to get a review, when you search for videos, you will find a video there how to do it. If you cannot find it, ask me again on the comments. So if you see this video and you watched it till the end, please make sure to get your name to me. Like, make sure to be able to add BlackieBear92 to your friends, and I'll accept you for the review. But right now you didn't send me your ING, so I cannot really help you out. So this is the end of the video. I'll see you guys later. For the ones that didn't add me, make sure you will see it. I'll put it in the description, I guess. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it, or I just hope that you guys watch till the end. So yeah, I'll try to, actually what I do, I'll try to get in contact with you guys on YouTube again. That should be the easiest for me to do. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, I'm just quickly back with one last review for the video, because wouterboss just added me, and I could do it quickly before I go to bed. So I got him in tomorrow's video. His question is, what monsters should I use for arena, what monsters I should focus on, and what is the best option for me to do in defense. So let's check what he has. He has Teshar, the Wind Phoenix. He can be very powerful. Today actually a friend of, or Goldie and friend, linked me a video where the Wind Phoenix did like 40k damage with his AoE, with his with his last skill, in a PvP situation, if I'm correct. I haven't watched it yet, but I have seen him talking about it. His attack is insanely high. Like, look at that base attack. So definitely take advantage on that. We got a Lucian here, and Darian. I see you need to work on your runes a little bit, but I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna check out all your runes if they're correctly wrong or good or bad. I mean, that you got a good idea of what you're doing, so I'm not gonna say. If you like, you just need to make sure that you upgrade some of the runes. So that's it. Definitely need to get this, or you actually own them up. You definitely need to get this guy in your main defense team. People will be scared of a 4-star ghost. No. What is his skill actually? Clings to an enemy. Okay, which ones should I focus on for arena? Well, this unit will be, I think you can utilize him for like main DPS and actually make him so good that he could rape people. If you do that, actually, I would love to see Rage Blade on him instead of Fatal. I understand Fatal and I think it's a good setup, but I think Rage Blade would make him even more crazy. So crit that high crit rate, high crit damage. But for now, this is fine. So I think this is definitely one of your units you should keep for your offense. Definitely a good arena unit. Same goes for Lucian. I think Beretta will be a good leader for you. I don't think you have another option. No, you don't. Beretta is actually a really good unit for arena. People underestimate her quite a bit. I like her skill sets a lot. You went with speed and accuracy. That's pretty good. I personally consider this to be HP rune most of the time. The reason for that is her damage comes from the continuous damage most of the time. She can do a lot of damage, but I like to let her live for very long. But I use her for PvE. For PvP, damage is definitely a good option to go. But to be honest, you asked me what should I focus on. Well, since you don't have a buffer right now, or you don't have an attack gauge buffer, I would suggest you to focus on Bernard as a main unit to make sure that you could take the lead, because Tessar and Lucian are both pretty squishy units from themselves, so if you want to make them attack, you need them to actually become faster than enemies. Taking Darien won't be a very good option because Darien is just not gonna let your Lucian and Tasha live for very much longer. So what I would suggest is actually take up Bernard and make him really fast. So you could start winning fights in, well, basically just one turn, because you just buff up speed, you let Lucian go, or end Teshar, and the whole board is wiped. Now you could also go for Megan as one of the guys. Now the pros and cons about having a Megan there is basically you get an attack buff, which will make these two units even more stronger, and that's pretty cool. Now I just thought of a thing that could be useful, but is not always used, cannot always be used. What you could do is actually this. Make Bernard leader of the team, giving 30% more attack power to wind units, which are these two guys. I think this is crit, yeah. There's also dungeons, yeah. So take Bernard as leader, make him have over 200 speed in total, as high as possible basically, but over 200 would be good for your rating. If I'm not 100% sure where you normally at, but I can think you're around 1500, 1700 between there. But 200 speed, take him as leader, then take Teshar and Lucian, and take Megan. Now you must say, like, what the fuck, why would you do that? Well, first of all, this unit will go first. Make sure that Megan is your second fastest unit, like with 150 speed in total or something, or 170. Then you buff with Spell of Strengthening, attack bar, attack gauge increased, and defense and offense, and then your two units go Tasha and Lucian. Then you completely blow everyone taking of the face of the earth, basically. That's what the comp should do then. That is a very good possibility. This will be a super strong team. It's really wind based. It shouldn't be too much of a trouble. especially not at the conqueror zones. I think you have enough teams you could face and just rape. Some teams will be a little bit harder, but it should be fine. For most teams you could actually win in one turn. I think you could actually go with the speed leader Beretta and take Lucian, or take Megan. If Megan is fast enough you can take Megan and then you'll do more damage. With Bernard you have more speed but do less damage, but I think without the buff you can also kill pretty much with having two big AoEs coming over the enemy, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So that's my opinion on your offense team and what you should focus on for offense. So Megan and Bernard. For defense, I'm gonna give you what I think is the best setup you could make with your variety of units. And the best setup I think you could make is Beretta, Darien, Belladon, and then you could do a variety of things here right now. You could add Verdehill for having your team attack constantly a lot faster, which is actually not a bad idea. Or you could add Amon for more healing power and provoking. That's also an option. Acasis is also an option. For right now, Beretta, Darien, Acasis and Belladon, if they're all maxed out, is a decent defense. I don't really like Acasis too much on defense. The Despair set is actually pretty good for her. I see you have some really good runes for her, so actually I'm gonna say you should put her on defense. She has really good runes and has Despair, so she's gonna be perfect actually. So Beretta lead, Darien, Acasis and Belladon, that should be your defense. And your offense should be either Beretta lead, Lucian, Tashar and Bernard, or Bernard lead, Lucian, Tashar and Megan. I still suggest you get both up to 5 stars and make them pretty fast, because then you can switch out. Like if they don't have a speed leader, for example, you could take Megan together with Beretta to make sure to get the speed. But if they do have a speed leader, you could take Beretta and Bernard. And if they don't have a speed leader and you're pretty sure you can take the first turn, take Bernard and Megan, so you can have the most damage out of your units. And for defense, Beretta, Acasis, Darien and Belladon would be great defense. I would just, if you would use Beretta on defense as well, I would suggest making this an HP rune. The reason for that is actually really simple. She's there for the speed buff and the control turbulence that hits and contains damage. You could even make her Despair as well. Then you have a pretty good setup on defense because you have 2 units with Despair, which is pretty great. And if she has HP, she won't die that fast. Especially with Darien there, and that makes the setup a lot even stronger. So this is your review. I hope I could help you out with all this information I gave you, and keep up the good work. You got some nice units, so you should be doing fine. Okay, this is the end of the review video, so I'll see you guys in another video. Sleep well and goodbye. I'm off to bed.